than everybody. Yeah, I'm working harder 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 than everybody.
Do rake back, this that do rake back. Took off the ground, this the sound that brought that do rake back. Who fucking with the grind? I am more in this grind. Luther, I shoot you for this little dream of mine. I do it for the shine, I do it for the cause. Why these silly boys out here moving for the broad? Oh, you got your dough up? When you gon' draw? Got my bread, ham and cheese together, call it the coca.
I'm working harder than everybody. I'm
What you say?
working harder than everybody. Little loud. I'm working harder than everybody.
Now turn it up. I'm working harder than everybody.
Yeah, I'm working harder than everybody. Yeah, I'm working harder than everybody. Yeah, I'm working harder than everybody. Yeah, I'm working harder than everybody.
And welcome to In the Spotlight with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi. Hope everybody is doing well on this Saturday evening. I'm still waiting on my guests to come through. If you tuned in when you were supposed to at 7 o'clock, you heard Holiday Shells, Treat You Good, with Bamboo. And then we had Mr. Kojo with Working Harder Than Everybody. And you can see Kojo's interview with me. Actually, he's got a couple of them. You go to Baltimore Paparazzi YouTube channel, and yeah, 3 years of interviews. Kojo's got a couple on there. The last one gives you a lot of insight onto Kojo and what he does and what he's accomplished just within the past couple of years. So, yeah, so we're just going to sit here, I guess, talk about some things. I really didn't have too much planned because, you know, I just talk to my guest and we go on from there. But since he's on his way, we're going to talk about some things. I got Jay McGraw on the boards. We're going to have to get some sound effects. I was listening to David Banner's new podcast.
What you want on?
Huh?
What type of sound?
I don't know. We just got it, you know.
Got sound effects.
Yeah, but David Banner's new podcast is kind of awesome. I was listening to T-Pain. He was on there, and he's a fool. But yeah. Have you listened to the new Kim album?
No.
Lil Kim album? I haven't either, but I've seen some mixed remarks.
About Lil Kim?
Yeah.
I think Lil Kim hasn't been good since Biggie.
Well, I mean, I don't know about if she's been good or not, but she sure does look different.
A whole lot different.
Yeah, so I don't know if that has something to do with her. Now, a lot of people that I've read, because I really don't go based on other people's opinions. I usually just listen and then, you know, make my own judgments. But I heard a few people say that it's, you know, her album's fire. Some people are like, no. But I don't know. It's been.
She gets one of these.
But yeah, I don't know who's dropped any music. I'm still stuck to my playlist that I have, and you know, I come across some stuff sometimes. Listen to XM radio. The latest one has been LaPortia Renee. She's a phenomenal artist. I didn't know anything about her. Had to go look her up, and I think she was on one of those shows, one of those music shows. I'm not sure which one, but I heard a song called Good Woman, and whew, I think she wrote that about me.
Well, that's what music does. It's supposed to, because it's like it's universal, and it's supposed to be meant to fit what other people might be going through. Because what you go through, think about it, most of the time somebody else that went through the same thing you went through.
Right, and that's
or
what
worse.
And that's what I always say about music. Like, right now I'm going through some stuff. I'm going through some health issues. I'm going through some personal issues, and it's like the radio hates my guts right now, because every song, no matter what station I turn it to, whether it be the 70s, 80s, the 90s station, the Hair Nation channel, Ozzy's Boneyard, whether it be Rock the Bells. Yeah, I'm a very eclectic love. Music is just awesome for me. Like I listen to everything.
Right.
And no matter what radio station I have programmed into my XM radio, I'm having to flip it because it's some, Baby 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 by TLC or what was it earlier? I forget now. Some rock song, and I was like, really? This is what you're gonna do to me, universe? You want me to sit here and cry before I go on air? Oh, okay. So actually driving down Bel Air. I'm trying to think which way I was going. Driving down Bel Air Road, I was listening to Evelyn Champagne King, Shame. And then right after that was a song it's called Venus. And that was on the 70s station.
So you was really ready to cry thug tears.
I've been crying thug tears for about a week now, so ain't nothing new. But yeah, I was like, but every time, like the radio, oh my God, the radio, no matter what kind of mood you're in, the universe knows exactly how to mess with you.
Yeah, true.
That's all there is to it. But
most of mine I used to put in help me. I guess maybe because I zero in on what I want to hear.
Well, I sure don't want to listen to this crap. I don't want to listen to On Bended Knee by Boys II Men. Flip the station and it's some other
That's
little.
on here sometimes.
I don't want to listen to that stuff right now.
One day I was listening. I was like, man, I do have a lot of love songs on here.
But see, this is on XM radio. Like I'm flipping stations. It's not like it's on my phone.
Right.
On my phone, I can pretty much,
dictate with music.
Yeah, because I will just go and I'll play Kevin Gates, and there's only a couple y'all wouldn't classify them as.
I have Kevin Gates.
You wouldn't classify them as love songs, but I sure do. Because
get some Kevin Gates on here.
"Supposed to Be in Love" is one of my favorite songs, and in it's very graphic. On he was like, "I thought you could beat your hoe, she your hoe," So that to me was a love song, if you listen to the words.
Okay.
But when it comes to Kevin Gates, that's a love song. Gates is awesome. I don't care what nobody says. His project I'm Him is wonderful. I see the growth in him. He's still talking about the same stuff, but wording it a lot differently and presenting it a lot differently. And me personally, I can see the growth in him. Yeah. I'm still a big Tech 9 fan. Tech just dropped another video. What he's doing with the videos is just, I love it. They're episodes. They all tell a story with his songs. Like each one is an episode to this movie, TV show, something. But it's like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, each video. And I love.
It's creative.
Yeah,
it's been sort of dumb, but it's good.
Right.
And R. Kelly had episodes.
Well, that was Trapped in the Closet.
Still episodes.
And we all watched that crap. I'm a little upset that Chris Calico left Strange Music this week. No bad blood, no hard feelings. Mm-hmm. It's just that he felt like he wasn't. I mean, I could understand where he's coming from. Like, he hasn't dropped his own project since like 2016. So he just felt like, and I don't think he's really been under contract all this time. Like, it's just like, I was reading the Travis O'Gwen, for anybody who doesn't know, because a lot of people don't know who Tech 9 is, they don't know who Strange Music is, they don't know who Travis O'Gwen is. Travis O'Gwen is the CEO for Strange Music, which is the label that he and Tech 9 started many, many moons ago, like over 20 years ago. And Travis released a press release stating that, it was very heartfelt, because they are all family over there, like real family, not like Baltimore family record labels. No shot at anybody, but you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And so, Chris made a post saying that he's going to miss working with Tech. Tech said the same thing. It's just, I guess Chris just felt like it was time that he had to branch out and try to do other stuff. Because if you look at it, every Tech Nine show, Chris is on it, and he's not a hype man, but that's exactly what you look at him as. So, has dropped projects in 2016.
Sometimes that's the artist.
Right. And trust me,
Cause
I know this.
I've witnessed it, and I was like, "Come on, man! Like, you gotta hurry up. They about to think that I'm holding you back, and I'm not."
Right.
It's just sometimes artists let life take over, and that's like the end all be all. Life can take over, and then now they want to look at you as if it's your fault.
Right. So that made me, when I seen that news, I was it kind of hit me, because going to a Tech Nine show and not seeing Chris is gonna be really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Chris has been like in everything, so I hope to see him do some stuff. But Strange Music what they do is phenomenal to me. They will sign up artists. Like they signed this boy named Maze 301, who's from Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and he's pretty good. I wasn't too sure, because I think I don't know exactly where he's from. He's not from Baltimore, but especially with 301 at the end of his name, so he got to be down from like Montgomery County or somewhere.
Not here in Baltimore.
Right. But he is, and he kind of, like, to look at him, he kind of reminds me of Sammy Preston. You know who Sammy is?
Yeah, tall, light skin.
Yeah, when he used to have his like kind of wild hair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who he reminds me of when I seen him on stage the last time that I seen him here in Baltimore. And then I listened to some music that he's on, because he's on one of the tracks that's on the last project. But what he does, like what Strange Music does, is they sign these guys and they give them a contract, and then when their contract is done, they let them,
Let them go.
yeah,
If they
just,
want.
like, here you go. I gave you the chance to do this, that, and the third,
Mm-hmm.
and then, go out into the world. Ritz was signed to Strange Music, and I knew who Ritz was a few years ago, Big Crit Show here in Baltimore. And Ritz got on stage, and I was like, who is this white boy that looks crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he looked like Captain Caveman, because he had this long, like, kind of red, curly, bushy hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he started spitting, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can save your judgments for later, And he was really, so I was like, okay. He was signed to Strange Music not too long ago. He did what, his contract, required of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on his way. So, I mean, never heard anything bad about Strange Music. Nothing at all. So, but yeah, Chris left, so I was kind of upset about that. What else is happening in the world of music? I don't even know what's going on in the world of music in Baltimore right now. That's the reason why I'm talking about other stuff, even though I am the Baltimore paparazzi. Still trying to get my man Yella, who is signed to Swisher House. Next week, we got a number. Holy cow. I'll give you all that number when, yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, next week I have MD's Finest, my man Matt, who's coming through, and we found out that 2 years ago, basically around the same date, is when he did his interview with me over at Hard Body.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 years almost to the day, I think. Actually, might be, almost to the day. My man Nitro G's is flying in from Cali Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming straight from the airport here. He said just needs a few minutes. He wants to talk about his new single that he's going to send me, that he's distributing through Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get Nitro in here like I want to, because he lives in Cali. He's from here. Well, he's from Hartford County, and so I'm trying to. He said, I only need a few minutes, Lisa. I was like, I got you. So,
And then it's going to talk into an hour watch.
not trying to.
You going to hit the dance on Lisa?
He does that on his own. But I had, when he brought Jay Stone, who was Nipsey Hussle's friend in on his record label when he brought him last year to Hard Body. We had to do a special time because
Yeah, he just brought the one.
the girl from out there, which I was supposed to interview, but things happen. He said he wants me to interview him when they come back.
Okay.
So I don't know. I said, well, I need more heads up so I can talk to the guys about getting in and recording it at least,
Right.
and then play it at a later time, or not schedule something.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that Wisdom Court is down in Atlanta. Wisdom Court Entertainment, Billy Live, Bamboo and his son, who looks like J. Cole. Who else? J Money Hackett, Division. They're all down in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, I'm mad because I'm usually there.
Right.
But
life happens. Things happen. I think Bomb's down there too. He's performing, I think. I do believe.
yeah, I know. I think LaVar said he's hitting that away yesterday.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like
seen. I think I seen that they posted something up about going down.
I'm glad everybody's going down there. I've been telling people to go down there for years.
Right.
Like this would have been my 7th year going.
Well, Lil Tay and Spence from So Swag moved down there within the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. When I first went down there, this was back, I'm gonna say, 19? That was 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. We went down there, it was a lot of us. It was me, Bridget, Amplified Video,
Ernest.
yeah, Britt, who else was in this? Promise, Singleton, myself, and my brother and my cousin. We all went down there, and we actually went to see and TNT. Can't forget TNT. He was there too.
TNT. Who can forget TNT?
Yeah.
Come on now.
DJ TNT, the epic one. So we went down there, and we went to a club where Mully was at, and he was like, yeah, fam, telling you, man, make the move. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I never went. But he kept telling me every time he's like, better hurry up because it's about to get flooded down here. I was like,
And that's exactly that's how I feel. Like everybody wants to go to Atlanta and they're flooding it, which is cool. I mean, maybe you do have a better chance of being seen or whatever down there. But
I live by, like I said, I was telling on Wednesday, I live by like the Damon Dash principles now of life. It's like, why can't we create our own market here? We don't really need Atlanta.
Because
we don't really need Miami. We don't really need.
Well,
we don't even need. For us, not even really to need DC. It's like we got our own culture here. It's just we need to just figure out a way to capitalize off of it.
But tell me if I'm wrong when I say a majority of people here in the city, they don't want to do the work that it entails. They want to hand it to them.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I've seen people get on Facebook and ask stuff that they could Google, and I was like, I was Googling how to copyright way back in 2008, 2006, 7, 8.
But there's stuff going on. Like I just heard Von Vargas talk on Antoine's show, True School Flavor, that Rico Reed had a summit last year for artists. This morning I just went to Maurice Carroll, Snakeface, and nobody showed up. Like these artists.
But how did they advertise it? Because I didn't know nothing about that.
I shared it. I'm sorry. I shared it today, and I had seen it a long time ago. But a lot of the stuff you just gotta go looking for it, I guess.
But see, and that's another thing. Who's gonna go? Why? A lot of these artists, if they're gonna say that the promoter's supposed to fill the venue whenever they perform, these are the same ones who are not going to go looking for information.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So nobody's going to go looking for the information.
Well, I feel as though if you're on an event, on a flyer or event showcasing, it's your job as well as the promoters to promote.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel as though it's solely on the promoter.
And And I don't call myself a promoter. I just, through shows, I give people a platform. And I used to tell them all the time, it's not my responsibility. People are not going to come here because it's my show. I'm the Baltimore paparazzi, but really, what does that mean? People came because of the way I set everything up.
Right.
10 acts, 15 tickets each. And people will likely come to an event if they have to pay for a ticket.
Yeah.
If they say, "Oh no, I'll get it at the door," they're not coming.
They're not coming.
You know.
I heard that. Ooh, excuse me. I heard that excuse so many times.
Right. So, you know, it's not my, you know, and I just tell people all the time, like when they say, "Oh, I don't. Why should I have to sell tickets?" If I put your name on a flyer, who's coming to see you? I watched somebody in this city who has quite a, you know, to me.
Following.
No, they have a big name.
I mean, a big name.
Yeah, to me, they have a big name. To me, they, you know, and that venue just look as if it's an open mic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, where's everybody at? Where are these people who swear that they love your music and have been following you for years?
Right.
You know, so, I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, Baltimore has so much talent here, and I've said it way back in 2006. There's people in this city that I would rather listen to than listen to that daggone radio.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we can create our own market. Like, the thing is like, most people don't understand, but starting with you is like starting part of the process.
Right.
So like, we find out what you like or what type of artist you like, and then we go from there to what the next person like. Like, Antoine might like something totally different. I might like something totally different. Dirt Road might like something totally different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you grapple all of those up, and then you figure out which way to push through the channels to each person.
Yeah, and it's like I said.
I think it can be done. I just think that nobody's strong enough to make it happen.
I mean, and I think it takes money too.
I'm gonna say not necessarily. I'm gonna say it takes patience.
Well, I mean, I think it takes money to be able to get the, you know, okay, a venue such as Ram's Head, a venue such as Soundstage.
A lot of that is politics.
Right, because, you know, I've heard it all. Oh, local music. Oh, they don't buy drinks at the bar. I'm like, how do they not buy drinks at the bar when I see everybody with a drink in their hand? Okay. You know.
It can be, I think it can be done. I just think that you have to have a certain plan drawn out, and you have to stick to that plan.
Because, I mean, look at Frozen Harbor every year.
It happens.
On a hip-hop night.
But it happens. Like, Frozen Harbor happens every year. It hasn't been a year that it hasn't ran.
Right.
So
and that's because
it's possible to create a music dynamic here. I think maybe you start with the people that already have a name, and then go from there.
Right. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't pretend to know. I throw stuff out there because I'm always playing devil advocate anyway. But you know, I look at Frozen Harbor every year, and as Scar called it, it's the Winter Woodstock, which I thought was kind of cool because it's true.
It is.
You know, I mean, you have 10 different venues, 2 days, 160 plus artists from all different genres, all different kinds of music going on. I was excited this year because I actually got to do both Friday and Saturday this year. Well, yeah, this year. Because the year before we had snow, and the snow melted by the time everything was done. And I was like, oh, because my Uber driver was
Did it
like,
get canceled?
no.
Oh, okay.
They was all mad with me because I turned around and went home.
Oh.
Because the snow was like a foot deep and it was slushy, and my Uber driver was driving all like, I was like, just take me back. I'm not going. And then by the time like 11 o'clock hit, it was all melted. You know, that's that Maryland weather though.
Yeah.
But this year.
When is Frozen Harbor? It's like around February.
It's
right?
February. It's the second, third weekend of February.
Frank Lewis, we need in. Baltimore paparazzi needs in.
Oh, I'm there every year.
Not just taking pictures.
I'm there every year.
Not just
That's
taking
what I
pictures.
do.
Gotta get you some interviews or something.
Oh, I could probably do all that too. It's just that This year I did the Ram's Head, which was Method Man and Redman. And Method Man, I'm gonna tell this story until I die. Method Man spit his water out on the stage. It splashed up on me, and I turned around and gave him that Poplar Grove look. Y'all don't know what Poplar Grove is? It's one of the worst neighborhoods in Baltimore, and I moved there when I first moved to Baltimore. And I turned around like, who in the what the? I was cussing everything in my head, and I got that look on my face, and he looked at me and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He apologized to me 3 times, shook my hand, grabbed my hand a couple times. The least he could have done was take a picture with me, but that didn't happen. But I'm going to get it next time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you remember me? I remember you.
You just give him a look.
Yeah, I'll be like,
oh, I'm so
he's like,
sorry.
oh yeah, I remember.
I'm so sorry.
But I covered the hip hop show over there, which was phenomenal. I loved it. And then the next night I covered Soundstage and fell in love with a lot of the groups. It was the Kelly Bell Band, which they were phenomenal. I absolutely fell in love with them. And a lot of the like more jazzy blues kind of thing. And it was I just fell in love with that. That whole night I had fun. So this year I had a lot of fun doing both nights. So next year I'll be doing both nights too. And I get to pick where I go. I mean, they automatically know I want to go.
The big stuff.
I automatically want to go to hip hop.
Okay.
You know, that's what I do. That's who I love, and I know a lot of the artists that perform on the stage. Only problem is same time I'm there, then there's artists at like Angels Rock Bar that are performing that I know, and it's just. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not as spry as I used to be, and I can't be jumping from venue to venue.
Right.
Especially Angels, gotta go up them steps. Oh no. If you ever been to Angels Rock Bar, you know what I'm talking about. It's up the steps. You know when you walk in the power plant, you see all them steps that go straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
Once I get up there,
So
I'm not.
it's like turntable club.
Except the steps are a lot wider.
The steps a lot wider.
A lot wider, but there's a lot.
But they all way up the steps.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh my god, my knees. Don't we have an elevator for handicapped people? But yeah, because Wisdom Court had that stage that same night, and then the second night when I was asked to pick a venue, I was like, I don't know none of these people at all. I don't know none, like at any of the venues. I knew none. And then I seen Quentin Randall. I seen him. I said, oh, I know him. I'm going there.
Yeah.
And I got to see Quentin live on stage, and it was awesome. Cause he's a phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah, Quentin's dope.
You know, he played the guitar on Bomb's Streets Are Cold. I think that's the name of it. It's one of my favorite songs off his EP, Black Christmas. And he did the hook, and he played. I keep looking because I see people walk by and stuff. I see lights and stuff. That's why I keep looking over there. Oh my man. I get distracted real easily. It's when I start seeing stuff that's not there, you need to worry. Not really, because I see stuff that normal people don't see. But that's a whole nother story. I might have to try to get some people in here to talk about the beyond. I don't know anybody. I just had my tarot cards ready again for my coworker, and not one bit of it was about love. So that should have gave me a signal and sign about what was going on in my life.
What was it? I mean,
they were
about finances.
No, it was just about
life.
The future one was the one that I really remembered, and it was basically I have been thinking about how I can make this platform right here for myself bigger, and that's what it was telling me to do. It was like to expand my dreams, and I was like, get the hell out of here, man! What the world? I looked at my coworker. I said, how we do this? And all my cards came upright. They weren't upside down.
Wow.
Yeah, last time they were upside down.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Baltimore City's finest. It is.
Yeah, they are the finest. I don't know what.
I don't know. I was been reading a lot of stuff going on. So I need to reach out to Catalina Bird too, because she's running for mayor. And then I seen where TJ is running for mayor too.
A lot of people running for mayor. We got what's his name? Stokely.
Oh yeah, Stokely.
Yeah, you got him. You got it's about like 15
Yeah,
people.
because I was really surprised.
About 15 to 20 people.
Well, see, Catalina is a phenomenon.
Yeah, I remember her from
She's a unicorn, I guess you want to say.
Right.
She is a black female who is a Republican, and I want to get her on here and talk about her platform and everything, because I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat or Independent or you think you're Sasquatch. I need to know what you plan on trying to do. Now, mind you, being a mayor and being a president is basically, to me, you can only do what the council, the Senate, you know what I mean? You can only do what they, quote unquote, allow you to do.
True.
So, that's why when presidential nominees, when they get on there, and, well, this is what I'm going to do. How are you going to do that when the Republicans are not going to let you do that? We've watched this time and time again. So with her being a Republican, and I see she gets a lot of flack. She got a lot of trolls on her page for being a black Republican. And she has to not really defend herself, but
talk about it.
And then I'm sitting here and I don't watch the news very often because it's too depressing. It gets on my nerves. It's too many lies that goes on.
Yeah,
but I was watching it. I don't know if you've seen. They had a city in crisis town hall meeting. I think it was at
Yeah. I didn't know about it, but remember Brett, right? Brett. He used to come to all of my shows.
Brett, Crazy Brett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had sent me a message saying he was watching it. I'm like, watching what? And he said the city town hall meeting. He said the city town hall meeting. So I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I don't know what I don't know what he was watching, but
to me, a lot of that stuff, and I said this all the time, is that right now we in the, as you first meet a guy, you know how when you first meet a guy, it's like as they say, the representative showing up. So it's like these people tell you all of what you want to hear.
Right.
Until they get in office, and then all of this stuff sort of disappears. That's why I tell people they need to go back and look a little bit further and figure out what they're heavy on their policies, because that's what makes or breaks everything. Right. Is the policies.
Well, with this crisis in the city meeting that they had at Coppin, apparently our lovely mayor, wonderful Jack Young, and president of the city council,
Brandon Scott.
Yeah, they were supposed to be there, and they no-showed. And
not my man B. Scott.
Yeah,
that's who I was pulling for to actually run in the race to win.
So, when they asked the mayor the next day, weren't you supposed to be there? Why, why didn't you go? He said, because I didn't want to go. And I was like, okay. And then he said, it was something, he's like, I didn't back out. I just didn't go. And they said, why didn't you go? He said, because I didn't want to go. Next question. Wow. But then he tried to clean it up the next day with some statement or whatever. Yeah, Brandon Scott.
The public there probably said, no.
Brandon Scott said that the platform had changed. And that's the reason why he decided not to go. Because there was people on the panel, they added different people or something. I don't know. Whatever their reasoning was, to me, they didn't want to get yelled at by the city. They didn't want people pointing their fingers at them. Now, as far as what's going on in the city, I think that a lot of it.
I'm gonna need you to help me with some of these songs too.
What?
I told you I didn't have no Kevin Gates songs in here.
Oh.
So I'm gonna need you to help me later. I don't
Okay.
know which ones to download.
Oh. All of them. All of his mixtapes.
That's it.
Isla is very important.
Walls talking.
Man, I don't know. I just listen to all of them.
Alright, maybe I'll just.
But his album Isla is one of my favorite. He has a song there called Pride, which is like one of my favorite songs. I don't want to listen to it right now because it's very emotional for me. But back to the city. The city needs to be responsible. The communities need to be responsible. Everybody has to be responsible. We can't, we sit up here and be like, oh, the police, but then at the same time, it's F the police. So how can it be F the police, but you need the police?
To them.
Right. And the snitching thing, I really wish y'all would get off of that, because guess what? If you're not doing what's being done, if I'm not out here shooting people, and if I say I seen little JoJo shoot the boy down the street, I'm not snitching. Because guess what? I don't shoot people. If little JoJo wants to be running around here with a gun shooting people, then little JoJo needs to go sit his behind in jail.
True.
And a lot of these people need to stop protecting their family members. And then when somebody gets in trouble and gets locked up, it's, oh, free him. No, let his behind sit in jail.
True.
And I'm a criminal justice major. I studied criminal justice. I studied juvenile justice. I studied everything. And I was like 2 credits from getting my degree. But I'm not going to sit here, and I've had my run-ins with the police.
Right.
People think because I'm Caucasian that I don't have run-ins with the police.
Everybody has.
And I get them just as bad as anybody else. I had to cuss the police out because they wouldn't arrest
I'm about to
us.
say, I'm sure you cussed them out a couple times.
Yeah. But, because they didn't want to, some boy had put his hands on my daughter. And the police officer, this was his words. Well, I talked to him and he's more feminine than he is masculine. I said, what? He's 19. My daughter was in 6th grade. My daughter and his sister were fighting. He grabbed my daughter. No, grab your sister. Don't put your hands on my daughter.
I think some of the cops just need to properly train them better.
Well, some of them been on the force for so long that they just get comfortable in how they do things or whatever. I have a friend who, I had a friend, I haven't talked to him in years because that's a whole nother story. But, when I was watching The Wire way back when I lived on Poplar Grove, he begged me not to move to Poplar Grove. He wanted me to move up the Village because that's where he patrolled at. He could keep an eye on me and my kids.
Right.
And he told me when I was watching The Wire, and it was the season and all, when they were telling them, you need to get your numbers up by any means necessary.
Right.
That meant violating civil rights. And at the same time that episode was playing, that was really happening in the police force. And he was like, I'm not violating anybody's civil rights, because what's going to happen is I get jammed up. Y'all not going to have my back. Y'all going to sit there and be like, I didn't know nothing about it. We didn't say that.
Right.
And, and that's basically what happened on The Wire as well. So, that's why I say The Wire was really closer to reality than people believe. Because it really was.
It was. I knew that from when they predicted the way Sheila Dixon was going to get in.
Right.
And how that whole thing was going to break up. And that's when Stephanie Rowland Blake took over.
Right.
So they pretty much called the election.
Look at The Simpsons.
Yeah.
They've been calling a lot of stuff over the years. They called Trump getting, because nobody thought Trump was ever going to win. There's no way Trump is going to win. I still think that was rigged, and I think that it's going to be what's her name that's running? Warren. What's her name? That old lady that's running.
They got a bunch of people running for
But
that too.
I think she's going to win it, and Trump's going to get reelected. It's all mastermind. I don't care what nobody says. They put into office who they want to put into office, and they try to be puppeteers. Well, it's not puppeteering right now because he's making the United States look foolish. I don't care what nobody says.
That he is.
And I have friends who are Trump supporters, and I don't know how we're friends because I'm like, can you not see this man? Like the things that are spewing out of his mouth. I'm not talking about his politics. I'm talking about his character.
Yeah.
I just had a gentleman at my hotel where I work at sit there in front of my face and my coworker's face and talk derogatory about people. And I was wearing a Trump shirt, and he felt comfortable saying that to us. Little did he know, because he was like,
You just behind what?
man, let me tell you, it took everything in me not to say something. He said that there was some people, they was throwing creamers around in where the kitchen area is in our hotel. You know, we have like a coffee station. We have coffee 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he was like, they were throwing creamers, and I told him that we wasn't their maid. I gotta clean this up because we're on air. But I wasn't there. That we weren't their maids. And this wasn't no Baltimore City's Section 8 housing. So clean it up. He said, and so you know who I was talking to. No, sir, I don't. Please elaborate on who you were talking about, because I have a voucher.
He's not that comfortable.
And then he proceeded to say that he was at Wawa, had on his Trump shirt, and some lady came up to him and said, I don't like your shirt. And he was like, well then don't look at it. He said, I was talking to an off-duty police officer, and she kept on, like she was going to get in my face, and I told her she didn't want that. I was going to drag her, I was going to grab her by her weave and tie her to the back of my trunk and let her reminisce. I said, oh, please, Jesus, take this man from my presence. Please take him from my presence before I lay into him and let him know you are 10 carats stupid. Because I cannot understand how people can be. I'm prejudiced. I really am. I hate stupid people. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what nationality you are.
Too.
I just hate stupid people.
I do too.
We all say what can be, quote, racist things when we talk about Chinese or Asians can't drive. You know, that's a stereotype. All, you know, these people that sit up here and spew this hatred, that's the reason why we can't get rid of racism.
True.
And it goes on both sides. Because I've had people, you know, even though black people, they say black people can't be racist, I've had people...
Oh, it's so.
I've had people spew that to me, the ignorance to me. And I'm just looking at them like, you don't know my story. You don't know nothing about me. You assume because my skin looks like this that I'm this way. And that's not even the case.
Not even the case.
You know, so I've had, I've been, you know, like looked at because I'm the only white face in the crowd. I'm the only white face in the neighborhood. I'm the only white face, you know what I mean? So obviously I must be a crackhead.
That's what they say?
Oh, when I moved to Baltimore and I was living on Poplar Grove, oh yeah. I was a crackhead. I was 5'0". I used to be a knocker. Like all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I'm just a white lady with mixed kids. That's it. What are you talking about? So I mean I've had it from my own family. You know, because of my children.
I get it at work every day.
I mean, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, being told that I could go to my grandmother's funeral, but my children can't come.
Yeah, these people are like heavy Trump supporters.
You know, go. I don't care who you go, and you can be Trump supporter.
But
but go ahead. But guess what? know the facts.
I tell people all the time. I think if it was up to me, all of this stuff would get erased. Democrat, Republican, we'd just all be voting for who we think is the best candidate for the time. It's not a Republican, a Democrat, independent, Green Party, whatever way it is. It just
I forgot about the Green Party.
It'd be just one vote.
But see,
because what this teaches us, because when I grow up in the warehouse, I hear them listening to a talk show. Now, the talk show is geared towards downing Democrats.
Oh yeah.
And the Republicans are the roses, and we are the scum of the earth.
But I bet you any amount of money. I bet you a penny that they don't know that the Republicans used to be the reverse. The Republicans used to be the Democrats. Right. So all the Democratic views and everything, Republicans are the ones who set slaves free. Right. Bet you they don't know that.
No.
Yeah.
But I just think that a lot of it is to create division.
It is.
And all of that needs to go.
What else needs to go is the Electoral College.
Most definitely need to go, because I didn't even understand that. It's like I understood, the way I felt after voting, I felt exactly like the people that says my vote doesn't count for nothing.
Right, because Hillary won the votes, but he won the Electoral College. And that's the reason why I say it's set up that way. It's set up for them to be able to, cook the books a little bit.
True.
Create
the story.
Right. And that's just like, I know we got a whole lot of people running for mayor. And I don't know what is going I don't know what it's going to take to get this city straight. They blamed.
It's going to take the citizens to get the city straight.
They blamed.
The citizens going to have to get tired.
Yeah, they blamed the commissioner, the police commissioner. Is that they done fired? I don't know how many of them. Ed Norris, I love Ed Norris. Ed Norris made his detectives get out and walk the beats, walk the streets, knock on doors, trying to get people to talk and everything else. He put them out there. I think everyone has, this one here, the reason why they got him, I think, is because he was from New Orleans. In New Orleans, it's still kind of bad, but, I think Katrina kind of displaced a lot of people. And Baltimore is trying to displace people too, and they're trying to. That's the reason why now the counties are so bad, because they done told these people, okay, well, we'll give you a housing voucher.
Oh yeah,
but you gotta go out Carroll County.
Get away from here.
Yeah.
Live life. We'll take your kids too. We'll pay for everything.
Right, Carroll County.
You're going to be $100.
Carroll County has no bus system, so how are you supposed to get around? That was always been my whole thing about why I stayed in Baltimore, because for a while I didn't have a vehicle. My mother tried to get me to move back to Queen Anne's County. I'm like, no, I don't have a car.
Right.
And you're going to get tired of having to take me places. And I'm going to get tired of asking you to take me places. So there's no bus system over there. There's no way of you getting around, because you have to have your own vehicle
to get from Queen Anne's.
Well, and within Queen Anne's County, there's no bus system over there. There's no, nothing.
I've been to Queen Anne's County.
It's right across the bridge.
Woodrow?
No.
Bay Bridge?
Yeah.
I've been.
Yeah, I used to work.
I went to Denton.
Okay, my mother used to work at the jail.
Okay.
I have family that lived there. I've been there plenty of times.
Yeah, that's not really that far.
Yeah, well, but instead of you going to 50, you got to go straight up 301,
right? And
that's where I'm from, where all the cornfields are.
Okay.
All the cornfields and the cows. The cows, the horses, the pigs. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I've lived on farms before. And it's just amazing. It's nothing like waking up and having a pail of milk on the table. Freshly squeezed milk from an udder.
Freshly squeezed.
And chicken eggs that just came out of a chicken's behind. Yeah, so, and shucking shucking corn and snapping beans and all that stuff. I did all that stuff. I was in my younger years though.
But you want to take a break?
Yeah, play a couple songs or something. I don't know where he is. He said he was on his way, and that was at 7 o'clock.
All right.
So we'll be back and talk some more until he gets here, I guess. I don't know. In the spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi, Power 4.4 Radio, and don't forget to put some mobile printing on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Nitro's on his way.
Huh?
Nitro Cheese is on his way.
Okay.
I love this song. I don't know why. But him, a promise.
Yeah.
You thinking you impressive, shorty, let this be your lesson. We only hear the pressure, we don't love them with respect, no, we just
Yo, it's your boy Young Coupe. Make sure y'all tune in to Power 4.4 every Saturday 7 through 9 on the spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi. You dig?
I'm getting my ass. Who is that? No, I know who it is.
No opposition can overcome this cataclysm. Long rap made it hard to listen. One shot and I never miss it. Multiple shots, man, I overdid it. Rapid fire got rapid response. Taking the scene and picking them up. We cleaning the scene, we mopping them up. The Marauders, the team, and Mexico crush. For rappers in life, I'm staying robust.
I'm terminated the X, my lyrical receipts, the double with a flex. Sources to create and catch it in my text. They be wordplay, leave a rap, never flex. Big back upon me, some of my who's next. This is fire with a booth to brand jack on the flesh. Yeah, the rap flows in the yard like a tech. You grab them and walk on the power of mine. Get a team, touch your head, turn up and down. And these are your new school, catch your collar line. These are words from the road, which one is in mine? I don't know, it depends, we do it the time. Like, I just wanna die by the score the rhymes. Worse me, when the roof right on exit line. Yeah, spit black, magic in the high stuff line. You so act up, and I'm not packed up. It's morning, and then I'm only back up. The bills in the league, got your man getting stuck. All the talk, get your crash back up. Boys in the homes, you saw that sunset. Pack from the drums, still let them in the bus. Power in the niggas, we speak, y'all hush. Wars in the midst, and we rush. Y'all casting speaker box. And there's silent speakers, not they sharp, cheap, cold, got the game on. Like, everybody's like sheep, got the money on rubber. They ain't the same one, but they lazy pop. Took a fight, so you for the love of hip hop. Don't rush, set the yo, it's time to rock. Got your hands up, let's 12 o'clock.
Want me to put the numbers on? Want me to put the numbers on when you're ready?
I'm ready. Welcome back in the spotlight with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi. And I'm not sure where Yella Jesus is, but Nitro Jesus is actually on his way. I thought it was next week.
This week.
Yeah, he surprised me. He sent me a message like, should be there around 8ish. So you know.
Yeah.
Baltimore time could be anywhere from now until 10 o'clock. I don't know. But he is coming from BWI, so.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, did I give everybody the right address? I'm like, did I? Then I go back and look and be like, yeah, I did. I gave him the right one.
Well, Nitro's been, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, people do forget after they left.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember the address. I just know where it's at. I look for No Limit, and I know I'm right here. Once I come past Northern Parkway, it's right up here.
No, you're getting close.
Yeah, I know you're getting close. I see No Limit.
That's the cross street. Or the landmark.
And that's a landmark. I always give landmarks when I give directions.
I love landmarks.
Because
I hate when people give me streets. Be like,
yeah,
you know.
And then you can't see the street signs because they're up in trees or it's dark and they're not reflective or they're turned around.
Yeah.
Something. But I always get people like, okay, you know where the Wendy's is on York Road, right there when you come past Woodburn? You're like, yeah. That's the street I live on, right next to the Wendy's. It's easy, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't give them landmarks like liquor stores and churches, because there's liquor stores and churches on every corner.
Especially going up York Road.
Man, that's 2 churches right across the street from one another right there.
Yeah.
Is there a liquor store? Yeah, it's a liquor store.
Yeah, it's a liquor store, I'm sure.
There's Stoko's, there's Roma's, there's all kinds of little stores. But thank you to Baltimore City. Stoko's no longer stays open till 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning for those drunk people on the weekends. They close at 12 o'clock. Everything on York Road closes at 12 o'clock. You can't even go to the BP
How many
station.
locations in Stoko's? It's 3, right?
3. Yeah, they just the one up on Loch Raven just moved into where the furniture, like a furniture store or something, used to be right there on the corner of the shopping center. They just opened back up.
Okay.
Never ate their food. The Stoko's by my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's crack. It's what it is. It's crack. I like it.
So if you like it, just crack.
It's crack because you just can't get enough of it. But yeah, the kids. I think the kids had Stoko's the other night. I think their father got us some Stoko's.
Yeah.
Because my son had to go around there and get it. You know, my grandkids. Yeah, I had one of them sleeping in my bed last night. If I ever take a picture of my bed, you can tell I sleep by myself.
Mm-hmm.
My laptop is on my bed. I have my planner. I have a folder with all my paperwork in it for the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully soon to be house. And clothes.
Where you moving to? Out Hartford County?
Out Hartford County.
Hartford County.
Way she's talking, we'd probably be able to move in the next couple of weeks as long as everything goes through. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, fenced in backyard, brand new stainless steel appliances, new granite countertops,
Pretty good.
a fireplace in the family room. Yeah, so I'm trying to hopefully this will be one less.
The husband will be there.
Huh?
The husband will be there.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I heard that to my last week say, Jerry was your husband. He was like, yeah, he's my husband. This is my boyfriend.
Yeah, people be like, what? What is she talking about? Guess you had to be there. I did think of one thing while we was on a little break listening to music. The first song was Creepin', which was by Holiday Shells, once again, with Promise, who is a phenomenal artist. He is one that will give you a show. If you've never seen Holiday Shells perform, you need to see that too, because they do wardrobe changes and they are all over the stage and they give you a great performance.
Yeah.
Promise does too. Promise be up there just stripping. He just take his. I'm like, what happened to his shirt? About like Superman.
Oh yeah.
Superman. I'd be like, you just couldn't wait to take your shirt off, could you? He just be grinning with that big old grin. But I was thinking, I talk primarily to artists and music. It's a music show, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not. I give everybody a chance to be in the spotlight. And I actually had I met somebody, I was on a wine trip last Sunday.
Trey said bless.
Who?
That was an hour ago. Trey Oliver.
Oh, yeah. That's my love. I love him. He's got my heart. He don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was on a wine trip, and my friend, one of her best friends from school, he was on a wine trip with us. And we were talking about, everybody was talking about their businesses and whatever, their side hustles, whatever they have, whatever. And I was talking about my show.
Mm-hmm.
And he is trying to get me connected with Rain Pryor, who is running for a council seat, I think. And somebody else who's running for, I think, a council seat or something. I gave my information to him. He's to give to them.
Okay.
So, you know, and people like politics, if you don't realize how much politics plays in you know, like city politics plays in
Everything.
this music scene. You know, if you want to take it, I'm just going to take it to the music scene. The city makes policies so we can't perform at venues. They make these policies so, you know, the artists don't have a place. You know, they close down venues.
Right.
That's what happened to Five Seasons. The liquor board closed them down for 30 days. And then he couldn't come back from that. And then I guess maybe the owners of that property just would not give him another long-term lease. But the liquor board and the police department got in there and lied. That's why I told Solomon I wish he really would have let all of us know that he had that hearing at the liquor board, because we would have showed up. Maybe not everybody, but there would have been quite a few people showing up to support Solomon as much as he supported us over the years. But the politics and the policies, I've watched. Okay. I have watched Soundstage yet again. I'm outside. See 2 police officers walk up, because you know they patrol down there when it's nice weather.
Yeah.
And asked what was going on. And you know, outside they have that little corral where you can go and smoke, because you can't smoke inside anymore.
Yeah.
And they said it was a hip hop event. Oh, well, everybody needs to go inside. Nobody can be outside. The next night, I rode past there, and there's a quote unquote rock show. So you know what the crowd looked like, and they were all outside smoking, no problems, nothing. You know what I mean? So it's they don't want hip hop, and they've never wanted hip hop in the city. And I'm not saying that they don't have merit, because things have happened at previous, you know, establishments. And a friend of mine was the one that got stabbed at Voltage years ago,
Right.
and he almost died. But Black Hole Club got shut down because of selling drugs, and it was white people
Yeah.
at a rave. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're gonna, you know, politics always play into everything.
Playing everything.
You know, you got politics, you know, but I'm talking, like I said, it's talking about the city politics. And, you know, they want to put blame on everybody, but where it's, you know, where it really stems from.
Right.
You know, my thought has always been, if they had never closed down all the rec centers, then guess what? A lot of the kids wouldn't have been out here on the street corners selling crack to buy some tennis shoes, because that's all they were doing, and they were taking the charge for the older guys. They've been in a rec hall somewhere playing organized sports or something. So, you know, that's just my thought on that.
I think so. I think politics is always a part of everything. From even whatever business you go into or trade, I feel like it's there too. It's like everywhere. I felt like for the longest time, the Baltimore scene was it was about politics in some sort.
The Baltimore scene is primarily, I mean, you can say it's politics. It's about who you know.
Yeah.
Look at all the shows. Okay, prime example. I started my show not because my homeboys and my homegirls weren't getting a chance to be on stage.
Right.
But I started my show to give everybody a chance to be on stage. But I've seen people start throwing shows, and it's the same people every week, or every time they have a show, it's the same people, because they're giving their, you know, it's just to give their people a chance to be on the stage. And that's fine. True. But how can you be a part of this Baltimore scene? Like I said, this Baltimore scene is huge. People don't even realize it. You know, like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I've gone to many shows and been like, where you come from?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been doing this. I know so and so. We know all the same people. Never cross paths.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's happened.
you know, so
It's definitely happened.
the Baltimore scene is huge, and like I said, the politics of it is who you know, and
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's politics in any structure of business,
right,
even down to being a party promoter.
right.
So I don't think it's DJs. Certain DJs don't mess with certain DJs.
Yeah.
Certain artists don't mess with certain artists. I think it's all politics.
Well, I mean, my thing is this: people need to get over themselves.
True.
People really need. Excuse me. They need to get over themselves.
I try to work with everybody until I feel as though I'm wasting my time.
Right.
Because over the years, I wasted so much time.
Now, I'm not going to say that. I mean, there's people. Let me think. Two people come to mind right now. Two females come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them. I don't care for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to book them on my show.
Mm-hmm.
But that's based on a personal thing. I will tell you, if you want to book them on your show,
Mm-hmm.
that's your prerogative because it's your show.
Right.
I'm not going to book them on my show. I've seen things where I've actually, it's happened to me. One of the guys that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So guy A and guy B, they don't deal with each other anymore. They bad blood, bad business, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Guy A, I'm friends with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Guy A tells me, "Oh, you still friends with him?" Da 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 da. Hold up, son. You still friends with somebody that I don't bang with,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't say not a near thing.
Yeah, I just ran into something like that myself.
I don't say nothing. That's on you.
Yeah.
Don't bring that person around me and we'll be fine. Don't mention my name to that person. Don't bring me up in conversation.
Right.
If that person brings me up in conversation, cut it short right then and there. We won't have no problems. I don't like for people to tell me who, if you tell me that you've had done bad business with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
I will take that in consideration.
Well, you can't stop who you associate yourself with because I don't deal with them.
But see, that's the mentality of a lot of people in this Baltimore
I mean,
scene.
I used to have that mentality. I'm not even going to sit here and lie about it. I
Right.
had that same mentality myself, but I had to grow up and understand that regardless of the fact, my ship is still going to run.
Right.
So regardless if they come around or not, nothing's going to change.
My whole thing has always been that. My thing has been, you don't like somebody,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm cool with them.
Mm-hmm.
Your name's not gonna be brought up in conversation.
Right.
I'm not gonna bring your name up. If they bring your name up, I'm cutting it short.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many people that don't do that. They don't follow that code.
Yeah.
And to me, it is a code. They don't. They just sit there.
A lot of
and-
them are just
Messy. They messy.
Block and delete you and then talk about you.
Yeah. I just deleted somebody a couple weeks ago, and I don't think they know that they've been deleted at all. But that's cool, because like I said, I don't give you 3 strikes and you're out.
Mm-hmm.
I give you 2 strikes and you're out.
2.
2. Shame on me, shame on you. That's it. Ain't no third chance.
Yeah.
That's a Tech 9 bar too.
I give you a massage.
Whatever. That's a Tech bar, I believe. I have to look that one up. It's that's the song. What the hell? What song is it? It's off the rock. He had this like this EP that's called Therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like rock beats. It was like, it was more rock and roll because that's where he found his niche at.
Right.
Because the music that he did See, I'm giving y'all school on tech. The music that he did, he had to like break into the black scene.
Gotcha.
You know, because they didn't understand his music. And that's why one of my favorite songs is called B.I.T.C.H. It's with T-Pain. And it's breaking into colored houses. And that's what the song says. Like, basically, he had to break into people's
Houses.
You know, through the television or through the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But he had this I'm trying to find it because it made me think, oh shit, what was it, Shame on Me lyrics. But in the lyrics it says, and that's what made me think of it, because in the lyrics it says, where is it at? I'm trying to find it. Somebody's out there.
Yeah, I think somebody was pulling out. You want to go into a break? Or you...
Yeah, we're going to a break. 'Cause I'm gonna find this bar. I swear to God, I'm gonna find this bar because it was like one, you know, shame on me, shame on you kind of thing, and that's what it made me think. Music makes me think of like I'll say things and it automatically go to music. And my homegirls at work, we do that with music, we do that with movies. Yeah, and it's awesome. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. I'm not sure who's out here. If anybody's out here, I don't know.
Somebody just pulled it up.
So stay tuned. In the spotlight, your girl Lisa the Bono Paparazzi Power 4.4. Who is it? Who is it?
I must have put that saying I was gonna be here from the 12 to the 20. Which I was so much in the goddamn rush, I probably fucked it up. I'll take the charge. Oh man, I'm tired as a motherfucker. I almost didn't come because I was like, man, she probably tied up.
No, because I don't know. I hit him at like 7. Like, and he's like,
you talking about Yella?
Yeah!
Man, he's probably out there fellowshipping with the people and shit right now.
He probably.
That's what he
I mean, that's not yeah, for real. You know, that's what Bishop Don Juan and them call it, churching. They don't call it smoking, they call it churching up.
I don't know. Yeah, 6:59. You on your way? Yes. Okay, just checking.
Where he coming from?
You came from Cali, shit.
Literally, I got the suitcase still in the truck.
Who brought you?
My older homie, he like an uncle and shit.
Okay. Because I knew if it was your brother, he would be.
Oh nah, man. You gonna see him though. I'm about to force his ass out. He wanna do this rapping thing. You can't do it from home.
Sure he can. Just ain't gonna get nowhere.
That part. He's been doing that for quite some time.
You be liking all my stuff. Are we playing?
Yeah, this song, you know who it is.
Oh, Young Cobain. This little boy, 16 years old. This little boy, 16 years old. He's from Pennsylvania.
What is he, rapping, singing?
Rapping.
He must be about to come crazy on this one.
Man, I was shocked. And when I see him, he only been. His mom and dad came with him.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I need to get back with his father so I can get him that number. To the gigs. Speak of life change.
I found it. Told you I was gonna find it. It's fool me once, shame on you. Twice, shame on me. But it's just like when I said it, it came. I was like, wait a minute, that's tech shit. Like text said that. When I seen him perform, it had been only his fourth performance.
Word, bro. Hey, Philly, breed them artists.
Well, he in Reading.
Huh? Oh,
He's
ready?
in Reading.
I mean, you gotta include all that. Westchester, all that. You gotta.
Yeah. So I was up there, GSS.
That's his squad.
No, this was the guy that I was up there.
30 seconds.
I was short shit.
Sure.
But I was up there judging a competition.
What they had, a showcase?
Yeah. So.
Prizes and shit?
Well, I mean videos and stuff like
shit,
that.
that's a prize.
Yeah.
For an artist. So whoever won, they get a video shot.
They got and some other stuff.
Shit, they better jump.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi. Now, this is not Yella Jesus, y'all.
No.
This is my man Nitro
But I know
G's.
Black Jesus.
This is my man Nitro G's. If you do watch any of my former interviews and whatnot, you seen him last year with Jay Stone.
All money in.
Yeah, that Jay, I like Jay. Jay was cool.
He just brought the homegirl Tanny through here too.
Yeah, that's
You know
it was
what I'm saying? All money in.
right. So I can't wait to be able to interview some more people.
Oh, we gonna bring him through.
I'm sure you better.
Hey.
I know your mama.
that makes a world of difference.
Right, and your mama likes me.
Oh, she do. She got nothing but respect for you.
So when he hit me and was like, "Oh, can I just come through for a few minutes?" and I was like, yeah. Why not? So we you know. So
you gotta tap in with Lisa, man.
Right.
Baltimore paparazzi.
Right. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick how I met this man.
Long story.
Not really, but it's a funny one.
Oh, super funny.
So my man Comp and my man Dirt Road, who was here last week.
Yes.
They was on stage. Was it Frozen Harbor? Yeah.
Had to be the Frozen Harbor.
So they performing and everything, and I see this guy, he up there filming and stuff, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, he's on a microphone and he's rapping. My homegirl, we just, I'm taking pictures with my homegirl. She's standing next to me and everything. She was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "I don't know, but I can find out."
And I surely did.
I went on my FBI mode.
In T-minus 2 minutes, she found it.
Right. And the rest is history, for real.
It really is, man. We done had some crazy moments. We done made history. We still making it. And,
right. Because when I got hit up and asked about, Compa hit me up and was like, "Do you want to interview, one of Nipsey Hussle's artists?" I was like, Do you really gotta ask me
Is that rhetorical? Like,
Really? Because at first I thought he said Nipsey. I was like, are you serious? Now, I wasn't a bit, like I wasn't a fan or anything, but I knew his name. I knew about him. I knew everybody was really rocking with him. So I already knew that this was something, really good. And then I read it and I was like, his artist, oh, yes, I'll do that too. So, and Jay Stone, and then I got to see Jay Stone perform, and then I started following him on Instagram and on, Facebook and whatnot.
we popped this Baltimore cherry, man. Like, it was his first Baltimore interview.
Yeah, so, we had fun, made a special time and everything. I think your phone died.
Oh, yeah, it only had, only had about 7% on that mug,
But,
You got a truck?
Huh?
you got a charger?
No, I do, but it's,
Yeah, it's probably packed up.
yeah, you already know.
So, like I said, Nitro hit me up and he was like, can I come through? Because he wanted to talk about something. He got something going on. Look, he don't pull out. Look, okay, Kevin
You
Gates.
got another phone.
Kevin Gates Jr. phone.
Kevin Gates ain't got shit on me. I got 3 of them.
That man, I went to Michigan to go see him.
Hey, man, how was
That's
that?
an iPhone?
Yeah, that's a wide phone.
Well, you got it facing the other way.
Do I? Oh my God, oh man. See,
There you go.
that jet lag got you really messed up.
Right.
But I've been messed up even without the jet lag. For real.
It'd be a different kind of messed up. Right.
Man.
Right.
I probably would be normal then, though.
This is true.
Super true.
Sorry, I had to say that. So, what you got going on, sir? Oh, well, wait a minute, hold up. Before I do this, now I said he just flew in from Cali because that's where he resides at now. But he's from Hartford County, which I'm getting ready to move.
Hartford County.
Getting ready to move there.
Well, I don't know if I should get it on the air. But everybody know where I'm from out there. So
Right.
I'm from Grace, it's, it ain't much, but that's where I'm from.
That's where a friend of mine she sent me a house, and I was like, I'm not moving out to Heavy Grace. She said, some parts are nice.
No, Heavy Grace is nice. It's just out the way. That's it.
My
You
daughter
don't have
works.
a car, you're in trouble.
My daughter works in Sparrows Point, and I work at Bell Camp.
Oh yeah,
But,
we call that Riverside.
Well, the address.
You live in Riverside?
No, yeah, I lived in Bell Camp.
Oh, where?
But it is okay. Let me tell y'all something. Okay, so I work at a hotel that's in Bell Camp, but it's Riverside.
What you work at the Wingate?
No.
Oh, all right, okay.
I work at Homewood Suites. It's a Hilton.
Oh, that's a little better. I used to go there. I used to go there.
But like our address is Bel Air, and our hotel is Bel Air Aberdeen. I don't know where I'm at half the damn time.
I don't think they know where you at.
No, my phone tells me I'm in Bel Air, but I'm at Bell Camp Riverside.
Yeah, you like right what you off of Route 7, right?
Right.
Yeah. You really are Bell Camp.
Right, like
Bel Air, Rivers, you like 3
Right.
different.
Yeah. But so I'm not moving that way. I'm moving towards another way. Hopefully,
I ain't mad at you.
But I know you've seen the conversations where I said something's wrong with that water out in Hartford.
Oh, it been something wrong.
Some of y'all men out there, something wrong with all y'all.
Well, I mean, you gotta let me know. Enlighten me.
I will.
Enlighten me.
Off air.
I mean, I could take it.
But
no, we do got some crazy characters out there.
I don't know. It's something really in the water. I'm going through some stuff right now. It's something in the water.
What, from Hartford County?
Mm-hmm. Thing is,
I already know. Once I thought about it, I'm like,
you know who it is. But anyway, so I want to try to clear something up.
I believe we have collaborations together. Leave
Yes.
that alone.
Yes. So he's out in Cali right now, and I know for one, you rap.
Yes.
I know for another, you shoot videos.
Yes.
And I know for another, you photos.
Yes.
So he wears many, many, many hats.
Man.
And be
produce.
yes.
Manage people. You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. If you need a tune-up, come holler at your boy. I'll do that too.
So, like I said, when I seen him recording the performance, and then he grabbed the microphone, and I was like, well,
What's
what the
going on?
world? What in the world? You know, and I just like hearing new people, and you know. But come to find out, I think I already heard you.
Yeah, you told me that I was on the record. I didn't even know I was
Right.
on. Facts.
Right. that is true. That is true. But so you're here today and tonight to talk about what?
Well, basically, you know, even with the J Stones and my homegirl Tanny C, we've been all building up for a specific thing. Even with Nip, rest his soul. He still got the marathon continuing for us. But I'll say for like the last 2 years, I was kind of like taking a step back from rapping so I could build a name. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing the same stuff, getting the same results, sometimes you got to change it up.
Right.
And basically, for me working out there with all these different people and shooting all these videos and things. Oh, and also working for a few radio shows, I end up developing relationships with a couple of people that work at labels. And me and my homie, we end up developing like a little, well, I ain't gonna call it little, but we end up developing independent like distribution deal through Sony.
Okay.
But I was gonna be the lab rat with it. So what we did was, you know what I'm saying, we basically picked a couple songs and I had a few on the back burner, and basically in 2019 I was supposed to drop something, and I did, but the video ain't hit yet. We just like started to get it rolling just now, but basically we about to drop something through Sony, The Orchard, and my homeboy label Fast Life Music Group, and my label Get That Money Records. So y'all about to be seeing us working with Sony.
So and that means you'll see it on the Bogo Paparazzi Facebook page, because I'll be sharing it and everything else. Because I try to share people's stuff. Like if
well,
I see
you're gonna see it because I'm gonna be on her head, haggling her, harassing her, in her inbox,
And I'll be like-
her. You know
I'll
what
be
I'm
like,
saying?
I'll be
All
like,
that.
new inbox, who this?
And she will do it. She will do it. But basically, I'm just getting ready to rebrand what I had started out here. You know what I'm saying? Basically now it's go time.
Right, that's awesome. Because I know when you had told me about the the Sony distribution, I was like, oh okay, okay.
Yeah, we had him on the back burner for a little minute, just for the time to be right.
Right. That's great.
And a lot has happened in a year's time, I say.
Right, because I know just being friends with you and all, which I had to stop being friends with her for a little bit.
Yeah, man, it got crazy, man. I was out here looking like the bad guy. I kind of was the bad guy for a minute, not intentionally. But
I was Team E for a long time, and then I had to stop being Team E. Y'all don't know nothing about no Team E.
Y'all don't know about it.
But no, just like I said, just from seeing like what you post, and what really got me about you personally was you take these pictures, and you're at these different events. You're at red carpet events. You're at all these events, but you're so humble about it. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't see you kind of like on Facebook like throwing it in people's faces that I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this.
Ain't never been like, even here, I always work with a lot of artists, like even Comp. I probably worked with Comp before we like really got together and did song. I probably did at least 20, 30 shows with the man. You know what I'm saying? Bought his CDs from him. I always support people, but when I was here, I kind of was living a little bit of a different lifestyle, so I kind of wasn't.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing you ever.
No, I really didn't like taking pictures. My brother had to force me to get a camera, to be more visual. Like, I didn't really see this as a way to make it. I'm going to keep it real.
Right.
And, people just kept believing in me more than I believed in it. So I'm like, man, let's give this a whirl. Let's give it a shot.
Because trust me, I'll be like, I don't want to go to no more shows. I'm going to take no more pictures. Oh my God, Lisa, if you're not there. And I'm like, okay, really? Seriously? Really?
And
like,
you not being there, that's
and everybody tells me that. I don't know. Like, you know, like.
Well, see, you telling me how the pictures and all that translate and how, you know what I'm saying? You got the same thing going with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you, people don't realize the industry is basically powered by more than just the artist and the producer. And like, you gotta give your props to your video guys,
Right.
your cameramen, your PR, like people who you wouldn't even think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That they putting in so much blood, sweat, and tears. You'll be surprised with behind the scenes how hard they go.
Man, let me tell you, it got to the point. I'm not a diva, but I do have diva.
You gotta be sometimes.
I do have a diva. I have diva moments every now and again, and the most recent one was Auto Bar, and I had been taking pictures, and the guy was talking to another photographer, and he looked at me and said, "When the picture's gonna be up?" I said.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that's a violation when you're dealing with photographers or really anybody.
I said when I get them put up, he was like, "Oh, I know most people they get them up within like a day or like a day or so." And I said, "Mm-hmm." And I looked at him. I said, "You want to pay me? Cause
you can get them. You can get them right now.
You can get them as soon as I go home.
Word up.
I'll go home and I'll go through them and I'll put them up. You want to pay me? Oh, okay."
Well, his whole lingo changed.
Like, I understand. I understand. Yeah, you understand now, don't you? Oh, okay.
He understand that he had to kick out that
Like,
feed.
do you not know what I got? I take over 1,000 and some pictures at every event every show that I go to, and I kick myself every time. I'm like, what was I thinking?
I don't think people realize, like I said, the heart, like editing a picture. You know what I'm saying? We not shooting JPGs, JPEGs. We shooting raw photos, man.
I'm gonna tell you what. I had to go through these pictures, and I'm like, I be kicking myself the whole time. Be like, why did I do this? And I don't like to delete. I have this is what I do. I will take and I will save the pictures on my external, because I have like 2018. On this one's 2018, 2019. So under 2019, I have the date and the show, and I save those pictures under that date and that show.
Word up.
And then I have a folder that says originals, and that's where all the pictures, all the originals go in that, which is basically the same. It's the same thing as what's in here, but the one that's in the labeled one, are going to go through the editing process.
Word up, and that's a whole.
So, everybody's like, that's a lot of pictures. I was like, yeah, but I don't like to delete anything because you never know.
No, you don't, and that's just like Snoop. You know what I'm saying? And pictures from his first album.
Mm-hmm.
The photographer came out about, I think, last year, and basically had a whole art exhibit with the pictures from the first album that he never released. So it's many things you can
And
do.
that's like I said, I've been doing this. I've been taking pictures since 2008, February 2008, of different shows, and like I still got those pictures like on my MySpace page. I lost all I lost all the originals up until like I think somewhere in 2011. That's when I started. I got smart and said externals.
Cause that crashing game, you don't want no parts of that.
Man, you might be able to salvage something. I don't know if you're good, or a good computer guy or girl or whatever. But yeah, I said so now I have like two full externals, and I'm on my third one, I think.
I ain't gonna lie, I rolls around with about 10 externals.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally in the bag right now in the car, because you don't want to lose nothing. They like your babies, man.
Right. It's like I'm blessed enough to have the ones on that I've shared on social media, but what I did was my ex and I. Yeah, I threw a birthday party for him and his best friend years ago. Well, when we broke up because he was cheating on me with my so-called best friend, I deleted the whole album off of Facebook. And I lost all those pictures. So those pictures are gone.
You said they
They're
done?
gone.
Yeah, you can't
except
get
for
them
what
back.
except for what people had saved from
Yeah,
when I had them
posted and
posted. Yeah.
Like, and stuff.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't delete anything now. Doesn't matter if I don't like you or not. It comes up in my memories when I see this chick all the time, and I'm like,
Because you'll never know. You might have took a picture of somebody 5 years ago and they blew up.
yeah. I mean, I have pictures of. I got pictures. I was just talking to my daughter today. I've been watching the Wu-Tang Saga on Hulu.
You like that?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. It was
I
like,
ain't peeped it yet.
everybody's like, oh, it's fictional. I don't care. The premise of it is showing how these guys like interacted with each other. You know, I already know that RZA has like combined all of his sisters into that one sister character. Because he has like, I think it's like he said there's like 11 of them.
Yeah.
He's like, he could have put all of them in the show. It'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I have pictures of Capadonna, Random Acts. Sean Price, you know, he was part of Random Acts.
Big Ruck.
I have not only with him with Random Acts, but I have at least 2 or 3 performances. And the one performance was just months before he passed.
You know you gotta have to let me see some of that.
Oh, they all posted.
You know.
They all on Facebook.
What?
Yup. They're all on Facebook. They're under my real name on that page. I'm gonna go to the paparazzi page. Capadonna, old set of Raekwon, Royce the 5'9". Who else?
You might as well hit them with a DVD or something. Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to make some money.
Hey, with that footage, I guarantee you.
Who else? Who else has been here? That Smith and Wesson. I talked to Smith and
Buckshot
Wesson.
and them?
I talked to Smith and Wesson outside of Sonar, and we was just standing out there talking like we are talking. They was getting ready to go to Norma Jean's.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Buckshot don't want that thrown up on him like that. Buckshot, he ain't big enough for all that behind it, Norman Jeans.
But like because of like a lot of them, it was like Sonar and stuff. Just this past year when I was at Frozen Harbor, you know, we was just talking about how Method Man spit his water out on the stage and it splat. I wasn't paying attention. I had my camera sitting on stage. Redman was out on the little pull-out part of the stage and he was performing. And I'm just standing there, just kind of zoned out. And all of a sudden I felt water splash up on me and I turned around like, what the?
Them dudes get interactive.
Look, and so he had spit the water out, like I guess he rinsed his mouth out and he spit the water out. When it hit the stage, it splashed on me. And I had that look on my face like I was getting ready to fight somebody. And I looked and Meth's right there looking at me going, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it took me like a quick second to realize it was Method Man. And I was like,
you gave him a pass?
I gave him a pass. I was like, it's all right. It's cool. It's all right. And went on about the show. So I'm taking pictures or whatever. And then, you know, he comes back over and he leans down and goes, I am so sorry about that. I was like, it's okay. I'm fine. I'm all right. And then when he was at the end of the show, he's shaking hands. He grabbed her home. I think he's a baby girl. I am so sorry.
He gonna forever remember that. Word up.
You know, so, I mean, I've got to see them. Onyx.
Ooh.
Dragon, when he came, I got a picture with Dragon. He was
new project.
When at the Harvard?
yeah, he was at first.
You know, I remember cause I got not him, but Saigon. We was burning it down.
Yeah.
Saigon had to pass it back.
I've taken pictures of Saigon at 5 seasons.
Ooh.
Yeah.
5. See, I heard what's that now? Calypso's, okay.
Yeah, we were just talking
Jeez,
about
I heard it ain't nothing like what it used to be, huh?
Nah, there's no bar.
Yeah, that's what I seen on stage. Like, ooh. It's a banquet hall, huh?
Basically.
Still knock the doors down, though.
But, you know, I've been blessed to be able to photograph a lot of these industry artists. But my whole focus has always been the underground.
But you know you don't realize this, but you a legend in your own right. Don't laugh. You gotta receive that.
You know, and I mean, I've had numerous people say, you know, if you don't have the Baltimore Paparazzi logo on
You're
your
not
picture,
cracking.
you know, you're not doing something right. And I was like, we all stop doing that. You know, it puts pressure on me.
I mean, who else is really who who else can you say is competing with the Baltimore paparazzi?
Well, see, and that's the thing. Nobody.
Not that you're competing.
No, but nobody can compete with me because you know why? Because I take pictures from the very first artist to the very last artist.
Factual.
You know.
Because the thing is, you actually care about the craft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't just here interviewing people. Some people do it. Let me get that $100 up out you real quick.
I know because I'm actually interviewing. They're called We Up Next Entertainment. They're from over like Kent County. I'm from Queen Anne's, and they're from Kent County. My homegirl is her boyfriend.
Southern Maryland gang.
Well, no, it's right across the bridge. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
right across the bridge, and and that was a question she asked me. She's like, "How much is it?" I said, "I don't charge." And that's what everybody's like. You don't charge for interviews? I'm like, no. I mean, maybe I should, but I don't. I just don't feel right. This is something.
You don't.
Yeah.
You could for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it wouldn't be a problem.
Because I stopped booking people, and I was booked from September, October up to November. I was booked, and people were like, "Lisa, can I get an interview?" I'm like, "I'm booked until November." And they were like, "What?" I'm like, "Sorry."
You gotta roll with it. I mean, when you hot, you hot.
You know, because this is not an interview; it's a conversation.
Yeah, that's what I like about you. Even when we came through with Jay Stone, you was talking to us, man.
Right.
We wasn't, it wasn't no cookie cutter questions.
I ask those cookie cutter questions sometimes, but it's also like I like to ask a lot of the artists like who were their influences as far as when it comes to rapping, because that shows me their mindset.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So if I had people tell me Drake, and I'm like, okay, so you're a newbie kind of to me, because what was the first song I ever heard was, of course, Rapper's Delight, because I'm old as dirt.
Okay.
So I've been there since the beginning. So I've watched everything evolve, and and that's
How do you feel about the state of hip hop right now?
Oh God. I don't listen to the radio. Like I have XM radio in my car, and I listen to my phone, and I just like whatever works for them. Like what's playing on the radio and stuff. Like
Can't hate on it.
right. I mean, you get your money
For sure.
But what's your longevity? For me, longevity means a lot. I mean, when I look at people,
a whole heck of a lot.
when I look at people like LL Cool J and Jay-Z and Nas and
Even DMX, like
DMX,
these
just come back.
LL too. He signed to Def Jam too. You can't fade them.
Right. So, I'm like, that's longevity, And then also you look at like people like 50 Cent who have branched out into different ventures and whatnot. 50 don't ever have to rap another lyric a day in his life.
No, he don't. He mastered the business. So with that being said, do you think this brother Tekashi 6ix9ine, you know how to take it there? Do you think he can success? Because they hit him with that
$10 million deal.
over 10 from what I'm hearing, but I'm just like, wow, this is crazy.
They really think that this man gonna be allowed to do this?
I mean, I really, in my opinion, I feel like this is just another monkey wrench, you know what I'm saying, to throw in a culture that was once authentic.
Right. And because like I said, I think he's one of the ones, he's a gimmick.
Man, I feel like he was Officer Hernandez before he even started to be Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Well, like I said,
for sure, like really the police.
When he first came out and everybody's like, oh yeah, I was like, I don't like.
I didn't get it either. Like even the video, I'm like, is those even real blood? Like not even hating, but is those real bloods? They didn't even look like real bloods to me.
And and then like my whole thing, because I studied criminal justice. And and we studied the gangs. We studied I know about Tookie Williams. I know what Tookie, when he went in and when he decided like I'm gonna try to change things because I'm not liking what the path that the Crips have gone in. And he tried to do the unity, the peace and all that. And the government was like, no, you're too powerful. We've got to kill you.
Shut him down.
We've got to kill you.
Shut him down.
So when Tekashi came out and he was like, Crips, 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 and then Blood, Blood, Blood. I was like, yo, you can't be jumping sets like that.
Man, he like Baby in the early 2000s, man.
Yes, yes. But like you jumping sets, and now, and then
now he don't want to claim it no more.
Oh, this is what got me. His lawyer, when everything went down. Oh, he's not really in the gang life. He was just using it to help his rap career. Isn't that what I just said? I said this when he first came out. And everybody wanted to sit in my face and tell me, oh, no, no. I said, no.
People was really vouching for bro?
Yes. And I was like, yo, y'all not that stupid.
Nah, man. Nah. But that just shows you what marketing can do, man.
And that was the whole thing. Like, it's always the gimmicky artist that seems to, and I hate to go back to this too. It's always like the one who goes along with whatever the execs say with the radio. I mean the label and all whatever they say.
You going along with the machine.
Well, and it's like I had somebody tell me that, oh, this is what the streets want. This is what the people want.
Oh, that's what the streets wanted?
With the music that is going on nowadays, with him and not only just him, but all the other stuff. And I'm like, no, the record companies are telling us this is what's happening.
That's a fact. They force feeding.
This is what's happening. They get a great beat.
That's all he needed.
They sitting up there saying Dr. Seuss.
You said the Dr. Seuss bars?
Yes. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Ooh. And everybody's like, oh my God. I used to say that about Lil Wayne at a certain point. Because Wayne was cool up until a certain point. And then I was like,
you too?
Yes.
I was one of them people. When Lil Wayne was like, when he was a hot boy, I was Lil Wayne.
And even into the first,
block is hot. I bought that.
The first couple of Carters and the dedications. And then after that, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got stuck on that lean. I don't know if he was like, well, watch this. I'm going to show you that these people they built whatever.
You can just say any. I think he just, like even Jewels, like it's a lot of people that when they hit the industry, even, I'm going to even say Lloyd Banks, even though people say who he is, Lloyd Banks, the mixtape rapper versus Lloyd Banks, colder than the other side of the pillow Banks.
Right.
Two different people, man.
Right. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the radio execs, I mean, because even Comp can tell you, because when Comp was with Def Jam, Comp has a project, I don't know, this is what I'm told. He has a project at Def Jam that will never see the light of day.
He definitely does.
That will never see the light of day.
He definitely does.
And, and so I sit back and I tell people, I try to educate people, and I'm like, look, this is they trying to get this music to sell. And that's why they're force feeding it. They get these awesome, these producers don't get enough credit.
That's another thing. It's honestly, the rapper ain't even, it's the era of the producer. I mean, it's always been that, but the producer be more cracking than the rapper do.
I mean, I've sat there and listened to instrumentals and just, I'd rather hear the instrumental than anybody rapping on it. Because you're not saying anything. And I've been around rap since it began. So when I said something about, I used to say all the time that this mumble rap was not really rap. And then I had to correct myself. It is a form of, it's a subgenre of rap, just like rock and roll has heavy metal and grunge and all that.
That's a fact. And you need, you need that. But my thing is, when did singing become rapping?
I don't know.
Like, am I tripping?
Ask Chris Brown.
He can do that though. He can do that.
My daughter and I were just talking about that today. Because anybody that gives me music, I run it by my kids first before I even give my opinion. And so we were talking about that today about, I forget who she was talking about. I think she was talking about, what's his name, August? Yeah. And she was like, she liked him because, he does the whole rapping and singing kind of thing too. And she's like, just like Chris Brown. She said, not everybody can do that.
No.
And, you know, and I was like, I've never really listened to him. I'm just so stuck in my 90s and early 2000s, I swear to God.
I mean, I try to stay, you know, I still listen to the new stuff because, you know, we got to. But
yeah.
I will go back and buy Nas, I will go back and buy all type of old stuff before I buy
And,
the new right now.
You see, like right now, I'm a big Gates fan now because my kids put me on the Gates.
Man, Gates hard.
They made me like Gates. They force fed me Gates.
I mean, Be More as a whole. You know we love Gates out here, man.
But you know, like I said, I went all the way to Lansing, Michigan to go see him perform when he got out of jail. Yeah, we
How
took a
was
road
that?
trip. We took, oh my goodness, I got videos. I recorded him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was kind of like he was like out of practice because I mean he'd been locked up.
Yeah, well he was putting the WD-40 on the joints.
Yeah, and you know he when he came out he was thick because you know he'd been locked up or whatever. He don't look like that now.
Eating super good, huh?
And indeed, he was working, he was doing something. But it was really good because Gucci Man was at that event, and so was T-Pain.
Oh, Young Gucci was there. Okay.
Yeah, him.
Well,
and
that
his
was a
wife.
cold event.
It was Common Ground. It's called Common Grounds.
Common Grounds.
Yeah, up in Lansing, Michigan.
What was the venue?
It was outside.
Oh, it was outside on some Pier 6 vibes.
They had a great big stage on this side and a second stage on this side. So like when Gates got done, I got up and I walked over because T-Pain was performing, and there was like too many people over there for me. So I just stood up on the hill. And I was like,
Smart woman.
And then Gucci Man was getting ready to perform right before T-Pain ended. So everybody migrated back over on this side of it. I said, you know what, y'all can have that. I'm sitting right here on this picnic table, and I'll watch the big screens.
Word up, man.
Because I'm not a big Gucci Man fan, but you know, I was there.
You don't like Gucci?
I never really had like Gucci Man. I mean, he's alright, but he's just not my taste. I mean, when I used to be the ringtone lady over on Poplar Grove.
Okay.
I had to do Gucci Man, Lil Wayne, Bootsy. I got so sick of all of them.
What, Freaky Girl and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Then, you know, I was like, can I get the whole verse? I'm like, I put the whole verse on there. And I was like, do you have the room for it? Because, you know, I was putting it on the actual phone. This is the Boost and Nextel phones.
Yeah, I remember them days.
Yeah, I do too. I made like $400 or $500 every month off of ringtones.
Ringtones was a big business.
The kids were only paying $1, but then when they went up to Mondawmin, they got like 19 seconds of a hook, and that was it. But I customized them.
So you gave them the real jug. You ain't just give them 2 bars and loop it.
Because one of the boys, he was just very disrespectful. I told him, don't worry about it. You ain't never got to come here again and get nothing. So one day he was like, Miss Lisa, can I please get a ringtone? Because I went up to Mondawmin to get Sky's the Limit, and that's all I got was Sky's the Limit.
That's all it said?
That's all it said. I said, guess you won't be disrespectful anymore, will you?
Man.
Yeah,
he learned real fast off of that one. Huh?
Yeah, I was and even back then I was telling them to listen to local artists. And they would name the local artists that they heard on the radio.
That's still, yeah.
And they were like, they're whack. And I'm like, I know them and they're not whack, but okay. I said, there's more than just what you hear on the radio. There's other people. And then one of the boys used to come and I used to make them the mixtapes of the beats. Like they would,
like
you
the
know,
instrumental joints,
like the
sycamores and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember the ones. And like when I used to throw showcases, I met the boy was like, "Can I get on the show?" I said, "Sure." I said, "Well, it's 15." I said, "15 tickets. You get 75, I get 75. That's it." You split it down 50-50. He said, "Well, can you meet me at Mondawmin at the Burger King?" I said, "Sure, no problem." I get up there and I sit down, and he was like, "Didn't you used to do the ringtones up?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." He was like, "I used to get instrumentals from you." I was like, "Wow, that's awesome."
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. You never know what type of inspiration a small gesture might give somebody for real.
Right, because I was only doing the CDs for $5.
I mean, $5, that's, you know.
I was hustling on Poplar Grove. I had to.
You gotta be a hustler over there on Poplar Grove.
Yeah. I was out there trying to kill people. I was like, you know what? It's time for me to leave. It's time for me to go. I'm becoming a product of my environment and not Jim Jones either.
I believe that. Lisa ready to lay something down.
Everybody said that.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
Everybody's like,
don't mess with Lisa, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the hell's going on here. But oh yeah, what I was saying before before we went to the little break or whatever, because I was saying about I don't give people 3 strikes. It's 2 strikes and you're out. And he was like 2, and I said, yeah, shame on me, shame on you. And I was like, that's a line in a Tech 9 song, so I had to go and find it, and it's the line says, they swore they would never be phony, like whores, it was never me only. My lord, I would rather be lonely. Fool me once, shame on you. Twice, shame on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's facts, though.
You know.
She picked it up.
I was like, I knew, because, you know, I had
She had to
music.
go back and
I had to,
go to the roots on that.
right. I had to feel, because, like, stuff hits me. Like, I'll say stuff, like, me and my coworker always say stuff, and it'd be from a movie, or it'd be from a song or something. And even my other coworker, like, I'll say something and she'll finish the line or something. Like, it's just
geeking, huh?
yeah, got to.
Yeah, you do.
We got racist stain in our hotel right now. All right,
Man.
I already said that. I already talked about that.
She hit us with the Michael Jackson. I already said enough.
I already said it. I already talked about it. Not gonna give it no more attention.
Well, you know, you gotta love everybody. I'm gonna end it with that.
Yeah. I ain't gotta love him. I just gotta pray for him. And I did. I prayed for myself. Please, Jesus, take him away from me. Please, Jesus, take him away from me.
That bad, man?
Woo!
Man.
He was one of those. He was like, so you know who I was talking about. I said, why don't you just say black people? Why don't you just say it?
Because you know he still got teeth. Because he know that all that's gonna be missing once he do that.
I knew he had to feel the energy from me. I was sitting down and I was just like,
he don't know.
He don't know nothing about me.
Nah, because he thinking you gonna co-sign.
Oh, I wasn't co-signing nothing. My credit bad.
Man, he don't know you.
We were
light skinned, man.
Like, look, last Sunday I went on a wine trip with my friends. And
you said a wine trip?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We went to 3 wineries and a distillery. And the first winery we went to is right up in Northeast.
Yeah, I know what's up in there.
I'm the only white person out of 20 people.
In Northeast?
No, on our trip.
And y'all went to Northeast?
Yes.
So you the ambassador for the whole squad when you live in Northeast. Look, I live next to Northeast and I don't go over there.
So look, we're all, a bunch of us are standing outside. We done went inside and we tested our 11 wines. 11. And they was all good. Even the dry wines were good. I don't like dry wines, but these were good. So we're all standing outside. And I'm standing there, and you know, some of the other ladies are standing there. All of a sudden, like 2 cars like stop because it's just like the one-way street. They stop, and she was like, one of the girls was like, "Why did they just stop in the middle of the road like that?" And I said, and one of the girls was like, "Because they probably think Lisa need to be rescued." I said, "Well, once I open up my mouth and speak, they'll be like, nope, she one of them." Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you even get to talking, they about to go look for somebody.
Be like, no. So, yeah, that was my experience up there. Like, it was just crazy. And we've had that experience a couple of times, you know, like where.
You know what, though? See, Northeast ain't that bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about. The 3Ks is for sure out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
But we, you know, whenever we go, I'm always the only white person that goes. And I don't ever think about it. I never think about it when I'm anywhere until I see a whole bunch of other white people and I start getting a little antsy because I know how these white people act. You know, like when I'm at a show, like if there's a whole bunch of white people, I'm like, okay, who's going to be the first one to go, whoa, yeah, and all all this stuff.
She really called it.
Yeah, I was at a show with my ex-boyfriend's then girlfriend. Her and her friends were all, they were drunk.
She was white?
Yes.
Oh, so they was hammered.
Yes.
They don't
So
call
the
it
DJ took a picture of me with the look on my face, and he sent it to me. He's like, I didn't want to post it. Yeah, I posted it as my profile picture, cause I was like, I had looked over top of my glasses and was like, what in the world?
Yeah,
it was
a whole nother. You removed from civilization.
I'm like, ooh, no. That's why I tell people I get nervous. They're like, but Lisa, you're white. I said, I'm not that way.
Nah, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother.
And like you said, as soon as you get to talking, they gonna know that.
Be like,
no, you didn't grow up around here, did you?
Well, I mean, where I grew up, like I tell people all the time, I grew up in a town that was all white in the town. The black families lived outside the town, and that's the way it was until like 1991. And then
where that's at?
It's over on the Eastern Shores.
Makes
Queen Anne's
sense.
County.
Makes sense.
But that's just the way it was. And then my children's father's from a town it's called Pawn Town, which is not even a town. It doesn't have this nowhere on a map.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
And it's just like a block. It's like the main road here, and then a road here, and then a road here.
But it's probably the most infamous block.
But it's all, that's where all the black families lived.
I figured that.
Yeah, that's where, and just like right outside of the town I'm from, that's where all the black families.
Because it's kind of turned up in certain places out there.
Well, no, not really. I mean, it has been, but
because I know some crazy individuals from out there, man.
Well, my little cousin and my brother, he's my adopted brother, but they did turn turn the grandmother's house into like a McDonald's of sorts. It was like drive in, get your drugs, drive out.
To that 2 Chainz Pink thing he had in Atlanta. Okay, the tracky.
Yeah, he lives in and out. So I come home one day because I was living next door at my mother-in-law's. Me and my kids pull up, and I'm like, all these police cars are out here. There's rollbacks taking motorcycles and cars. I was like, I go into the house. The detectives are talking to my grandmother. Now, mind you, she's like 80-some years old. She really don't know what the hell is going on. She has
ain't
no
hip to
clue.
None of this hood stuff going on, huh?
None of it. I was like, I'm just shaking my head. And the detectives looked at me when I came in because I'm white as white can be. And I go in my bedroom. I'm like, I don't want to know nothing that's going on. I don't want to know. I'll find out later. I don't want the detectives asking me no questions.
Yeah, sometimes less is more.
Yeah, so, I tell people something. I'm not,
like,
I thought you was from Baltimore. Nope. I just been here since 2003.
But
Man.
you're honorary.
Right.
You're honorary at this
My
point.
mother hates it.
Why do you talk like that?
I mean, it's kind of impossible for you to not.
Been here for too long.
Yeah, it's impossible for you to not catch that accent.
Right. At least I don't say Doug.
It's gonna come.
No, dog.
You
I still got a little bit of white.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
You don't say frog.
No,
You know none of that.
not at all. Jay look like he about ready to go to sleep. You about ready to go to sleep, Jay? Huh?
He said, "Huh? That's that.
Huh?
That's that."
I'm up. You didn't hear him? Huh? I'm up.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, you just woke him up.
I wasn't asleep. I was just resting my eyes.
That's that. He get the feeling on the table like something was going on.
Did y'all ever see the meme, the little griff or what? Or it was a little video or something where the lady, she was asleep. She's like her mouth wide open and everything, and everybody else around her, she's at work. Everybody else around her sees this, and all of a sudden everybody starts clapping. She said, and they're clapping to basically to wake her up.
Wow, no, I ain't see that.
Yeah,
I got the people.
That was funny. I was dying laughing. I was like,
so that must be her thing then.
I don't know. She was knocked out. I don't know. She had sleep apnea, narcolepsy. She was drunk from the night before or something. I don't know, but she was out of it. And I was like,
and her friends wasn't no good.
Her coworkers around her, no, they was all laughing and everything else before they started clapping hands. You ever had a teacher that would do that kind of stuff too?
Oh, I had a teacher that actually was narcoleptic.
Oh my God.
When I first moved here to Maryland, man, like on my mama, like he'd be teaching us and then he'd just fall right to sleep. And then not only that, I'm gonna tell you what else he did.
Oh my goodness.
As a 5th grader, I didn't, we got it, but he would drink Listerine to the head and don't spit it out. So he was really getting drunk. He was really
alcoholic.
Man, I'll never forget the 5th grade for sure. He was in there getting messed up.
So when is everything gonna drop? When is the song gonna drop? I mean, you have it projected?
The song is already like on Spotify and all that other stuff, like Tidal and all that.
What is it?
It's called Life with Joy Hip Hop. It's basically a real hip hoppy song. We got some of that stuff for the younger crowd, but right now, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it, we're gonna preserve it from where it came from. So this is more like, straight bars. If you want to hear bars, but of course I'm not Curtis blowing it. So you know what I'm saying? It is up to date, but I'm back on my sample game. So we making a lot of beats. I produced it, and video should be dropping, I'll say, in a few weeks, and we shot half of it out here, another half of it in LA, and once we drop them, then we gonna put some fire behind it.
And that's what's up. So, we're gonna cut this. It's about 20 after. I know
my people's probably like, man,
where he go?
Just jumping in.
He might have left me. He might have dipped on me already.
So, you're always welcome here. Just give me a heads up.
Man, appreciate it. And I promise you, we gonna bring some intriguing individuals.
Yeah, and if you get a chance, of course, bring Jay back.
Oh yeah, he already said he want to come back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I just talked to him probably about 2 days ago. So you gonna be seeing him again.
Yo, that song that he put out in the video too, what was it?
The tribute joint.
Yes, I have it on my phone.
Oh yeah, that's.
I got chills.
It's so crazy because when we brought him out here, then nobody really know. Like they didn't really know who he was. You know what I'm saying? In a year's time.
When I watched the funeral, and I seen Jay up there, and I seen him it broke my heart because I met this man. You know what I mean?
Live in the flesh with you.
I met this man, and then to see him like just up there, like having to deal with losing not just somebody that he worked with and looked out for him, but his best friend,
like a brother for real.
Right?
They was locked.
If you look, and that's why I say, if anybody looks at Nip's his videos, Jay right there
every time.
Like I was watching, I don't know what video it was. It was something that had came up or whatever. And I was like, yo, that's Jay right there. That's Jay right there. Wow, you know what I mean?
But see, what y'all probably don't know is Jay Stone is one of Nip's favorite rappers. Like for real, no capping. He put him up there with his other top 4. And
I can understand why, because when I heard him that night, we was down at the Austin's Lounge, which was 2 o'clock club.
Yeah, that's 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock.
That's 2 o'clock.
Without the bars.
Yeah, without the bar. Is that what it is? Oh, now it makes sense.
Because it's a strip club.
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of money in there. I for sure know it was a strip club.
The bars is gone. They don't swing around the bars anymore.
No, they don't. They don't. In that little bar, that's but we gonna leave that alone.
Right. So when I heard him that night, I was like, whoa, okay. And I know it was probably hard for him because it wasn't a big crowd or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah. But I seen that tribute. I think he had posted up on IG, the little snippets and all. Yeah. So I went on my Google Play and I was like, save, put it in my folder. Yeah, I'm doing that. And I listen to it and I just get chills every time I hear it.
Yeah, that's one of them records, man. Even I don't know if you heard the one with him in Game. That one goes up too.
I think so.
What is it called? See You Fail? Yeah, that's hard.
Game, I think Game took the death A lot harder than what anybody
Between
expected.
me and you, it might be a Jay Stone game project dropping.
That would be awesome too. I think that would be awesome. Jay definitely needs to people to know who he is, you know, because I liked it. I was like, oh yeah, I like him. You know?
Yeah, you know, I can't even say like he like a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? I just slept on the floor with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he, you know, I look at them like, you know what I'm saying? Like regular family. So the fact that they, you know what I'm saying, they embrace you like that.
Right.
We can't ask for nothing else.
Yeah, so definitely come back and bring more people, and I can talk to them and see where they're at. And I like to see where people are at in their heads. I really do.
Easy. And you know what? The next time I come, I'm bringing this man Comp with me.
Oh God.
He like the most hardest cat.
Here's
To get a radio interview.
Yeah.
right. That's like I said. He want to be standing on stage yelling out my government on the microphone.
Oh, he
Lisa
for sure.
Stan. I was like, Calm. He said, but I like your name. I don't like it. I don't think
It
know
is.
my name.
No, that's hard. That's hard.
He always does that to me, but it's all love. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna get everybody in here and talking. But he knows he better.
He look, man. We just gonna. I'm gonna just bring him with me.
You got to kidnap him.
Get the facts.
Yeah.
I know how to get him.
So definitely gonna see you next time you come down here, and thank you for coming through.
Oh,
I don't know what happened to Yella Jesus.
Oh man, like I said, he out there fellowshipping, man. He out there,
Probably.
he out there, you know what I'm saying?
So tune in next week. I have Maryland MD's finest. My man Matt's coming through. We actually did an interview 2 years ago, almost to the day. So yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Y'all be safe and come holler at me next week. Oh, and we're gonna have a phone number for everybody to call in. Yeah. So I'll be posting that and everything soon. All right. Peace.